All right, this is looking good. It's been forever since I have done this. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna turn my on, make it a little bit brighter in here. Okay, it is brighter. Let's get some music on. This is good. Very good. Got some music going. Hopefully you can hear it. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can tell, but I have some form of a setup going on over here. I just did this like totally last second when I was setting the stream up, you know. But I think it turned out pretty well. Thanks for helping me, Mom. Thank you a lot. I'm just gonna hop on the stream real quick on my phone to make sure you can actually hear the music. If not, I'll just turn it off. So the music's gonna cut out for a second if you can hear it. So the music's gonna cut out 1 second. Okay, sweet. You can hear the music. I will put the music back on. Let me just turn speaker on. Okay, nice. Found some nice no copyright music, so hopefully the stream won't stop halfway through for getting copyright striked. But if it does, then you know what happened. Hey Blaze, hello everyone. I am having a wonderful day. I'm actually watching what is considered to be a classic horror movie later today, Aliens. I watched the first one like 2 weeks ago. I absolutely loved it. I'm watching the second one later today at night when it's all dark and spooky, so that's gonna be fun. I put all my ghost face masks up here on display in the ghost face bobblehead. You know, it looks pretty good. I'm just gonna do that for every live stream if I don't have a setup going. You watch Freddy Krueger yet? I have watched Freddy vs. Jason. I saw like part of Nightmare on Elm Street on TV, and then I like fell asleep. But I will say what I did see is pretty creepy. It is on my watch list. I'm gonna watch it like maybe like a week from now or something like that. I need to watch it. The OG, of course. Best horror movie threequel of all time. Well, I've really only seen horror movies that have franchises. I'm not gonna say Scream because that'll be the easiest one, but actually maybe Halloween. Yeah, Blaze, maybe Halloween. I honestly like the new Halloween movies. I loved Halloween 2018. I loved Halloween Kills. I haven't seen Halloween Ends yet. I watch one Halloween movie every year at Halloween time. So Halloween Ends might be a deal breaker for me because I've heard terrible things about it. And I mean, I already know the whole plot of it. And how Michael Myers has like next to no screen time is just so disappointing. But honestly, I think the Halloween movies are great, and the at least the first two movies of the new trilogy in Halloween are pretty good. There are actually rumors of them working on a TV show now, so because everything needs to be a TV show. But I did watch an absolutely amazing horror movie. When was it? Last Saturday, which isn't technically considered horror; it's considered thriller. It was called Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and Johnny Depp was the main character. It was amazing. It's a horror musical, and I actually have the script for it right here. It actually started out as a play, and they made it into a movie, and it was terrifying. It was a beautiful story. Honestly, I cannot recommend it enough. It made me laugh. It almost made me cry, and it was a really good movie. Have I watched Fear Street? That is another horror movie that is on my watch list. I have so many movies on my watch list, but I have been watching a lot of horror movies I've been meaning to catch up on. Like, I've watched a lot of classics. Let's see. Over the past 2 months, I've been watching some that I've wanted to. Like, I've watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I've seen The Leprechaun, which is why he's in the thumbnail of this live stream, because that was just such a fun movie. Absolutely loved The Leprechaun. Um, there's so many other ones. I plan on watching Quiet Place soon because I really want to see Day One in theaters. There are others. I saw The Black Phone. I don't know if I saw it this year. I might have actually seen it last year. But I've seen a lot. I've been watching a lot. I've been catching up. Let's see here. I think Halloween Ends is overhated. Yeah, that's why I've heard some people express that opinion too. I mean, the main thing people don't like about it is that like Michael Myers had like no screen time and half the plot didn't even focus on him and Laurie Strode. But then they said the final fight at the end between him and Laurie was like an S tier fight. It was really great. But honestly, I think and keep in mind I haven't seen the movie, so my opinion doesn't really matter. But I think that Corey Cunningham, from what I've seen of him, could be a good side villain if he wasn't the main villain. I think he was somewhat decent. There was also Halloween video game. Yes, I heard of that Halloween video game. I still have yet to install the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game. I'm busy playing Dead by Daylight. I got a new killer, and I'm absolutely regretting getting him, the Trickster. I mean, he's cool, but I think it's just annoying for the survivors playing, because it seems like he's so OP compared to the other killers. So I'm probably just going to stick to, like, Legion, Hillbilly, and maybe Ghostface for now, because Trickster just seems like way too powerful. I can't wait to go see T3 and Heathers. Terrifier 3, yes, the Christmas Terrifier. I cannot wait for that either. The first and second ones are quite excessive in gore, and this one's probably going to be even more brutal. I mean, honestly, horror movies don't make me want to throw up. I'm not like, I see a bunch of blood and gore and stuff, I'm like, blah. But I was at least a little bit disgusted by Terrifier movies. I still didn't feel so disgusted that I wanted to turn the movie off, but still, that was pretty disturbing stuff. I liked Halloween Ends. Michael should have been in it more. Yes, that's what everyone says about Halloween Ends. Michael didn't deserve the lack of screen time he was given. He needed a lot more. But he did have a few kills, from what I understand. What do you think of them teasing our ending kid? Well, honestly, now this would show just how evil Art really is. I mean, we already know he's evil. I mean, in the second one, he basically cut that girl's scalp off and then, like, ripped her arms off and poured a bunch of, like, I don't know what that was, salt or bleach or something on her. But this would show that he's even more evil, because, I mean, killing a small child would just be terrible. You know, let me give you some advice. Here's how to make any character instantly sympathetic in any horror movie or TV show or anything ever. Either make them a small child who's somewhat lovable by the audience, or make them a dog or a cat or something like that. Because when humans see pets, they have an instant connection to them. They instantly love them. So if if a horror villain kills off a dog, then you know they're evil. But killing off a small child is just like a whole nother level of evil for Art the Clown. And I hope they at least don't show that in full detail. Like, maybe they could show him, like, starting, but, like, not too much gore. Because, like, I mean, come on, it's like a maybe 7-year-old girl or something like that. What would you ever want to see Terrifier be rebooted someday? Terrifier being rebooted, honestly, I don't think so. I think it's good for what it is. I don't think... Actually, maybe it could be interesting to have a supernatural Terrifier movie, one that, like, explains why Art is the way he is. I think they might have hinted at stuff in the actual movies, but, I mean, like, explaining that in depth would just be really amazing to see why Art is basically, like, immortal at this point. Matthew Lillard is Art the Clown. I'm convinced that Matthew Lillard can pull off any crazy role. I'm going to watch 13 Ghosts sometime soon. I've heard that he's absolutely amazing in that. I mean, him as Stu Macher was just, like, perfect casting. That's why he's, like, my favorite Ghostface. He was so crazy but so funny at the same time. But honestly, the guy who played Art the Clown is amazing too. He's so expressive, and he's, like, goofy sometimes, but when he's goofy, you feel scared to your core because you know he's about to rip someone apart in a very brutal way. There should be a scary movie knockoff Ghostface in Scream 7. That would be awesome, and Ghostface could be wearing like that mask right there, like a scary movie mask. Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I want to see Doofy, man. I want to know what happened to Doofy after Scary Movie. I mean, we didn't even find out what his motive was. He has revealed himself at the end. He's the only Ghostface who ever got away, so he is a mastermind. But, like, why did he do it? We need this to be expanded upon. You see, we need Doofy back in maybe a Scream movie or maybe, like, a spin-off TV show, because that's what everyone's doing these days. Everyone gets their own TV show. Even Knuckles from Sonic is, which I'm not complaining about. Those movies are good. I like the Sonic movies. I just need a little drink there. I have been watching lots of slasher movies I've been wanting to see. I'm gonna see that what's it called? That Frankenstein movie with Catherine Newton in it. Sometime, I don't know when. That Lisa Frankenstein, I think that's what it's called. It's supposed to be a horror comedy. It's supposed to have a very 80s vibe. That looks like a lot of fun. Kind of off topic, but Jurassic World Dominion was an abomination. Honestly, I've watched all of the Jurassic World movies. I've got to say, Dominion was just the worst one. I expected the whole conflict of the movie to be focused on like dinosaurs and humans coexisting together, but instead it was just giant lotus eating stuff. And then the main conflict of the movie, the conflict that the fans wanted to see, got resolved in the background. Like we didn't even see it get resolved. Now they're making another one, but honestly, I think the Jurassic franchise should just end, then reboot it in 20 years, as all movie makers do. Honestly, what is the best and worst Rob Zombie? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've seen a single Rob Zombie film. Hold, let me look at his IMDb and see what films he's done. I think I might have seen. Well, hold on, let me see if I've seen any of his movies. Grindhouse, Halloween. Yeah, I've heard Halloween is amazing. Let's see here. Do 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 do. I don't think I've seen any of his movies. Honestly, I'm just looking at all of his movies right here on IMDb. I have not seen a single one. I have a lot of them on my watch list, but I haven't seen any of them yet. Like I said, my watch list is very long. I also wanted it was called like It Lives in the Shed or something like that. And you know that one funny professor guy from Spider-Man: Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, the guy with the glasses who was like talking about how his left him, and that funny guy. Yeah, he plays the main character. And basically, this family moves to Norway, but they're evil shed gnomes living in a shed, and it's a very fun Christmas horror comedy movie. It's not really that scary, but it is considered to be a horror movie. There are some really funny kills in there too. Let's see here. What is? I need to scroll down on chat. Okay, would you rather fight Michael Myers or Leatherface fist to fist? Well, here's the thing with Michael Myers. Assuming he doesn't have a knife, I'm trying to remember the original Halloween. I only saw it one time. Assuming he doesn't have a knife, I think I could probably take Michael Myers. But Leatherface, Leatherface is, I think he's a little bit fatter than Michael Myers. I think some of that might be muscle, because he's like a butcher. He's a cannibal. Honestly, I would just be too scared to fight Leatherface. I would definitely choose Michael Myers. If Leatherface would probably honestly beat me and then bake me into a pie, and then his whole family would enjoy devouring my flesh. But I would not enjoy that. Well, I wouldn't even be where it's happening because I'd be dead, So that wouldn't be very nice. But I would definitely rather take on Michael Myers fist-to-fist combat. Is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 on Next Generation? Honestly, I've only seen I watched a video summary of like the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't seen the actual movie yet, but I do want to play the video game. I've heard terrible things about the new one that came out in like 2022, I believe it was, the one where with like all the influencers and stuff. But I did watch a few scenes from that movie on YouTube, and I've got to say, Leatherface is a great villain. Texas Chainsaw 3 or Next Generation. Are they making another one? I think they might be, but I'm not sure. I don't know if they're making another one. Hey, I'm back. Oh, hey Blaze, what's up? Good to see you back. Join the stream. I also have the right here. I have the FNAF movie novel, which I made a video on. And that video became my most viewed long form video, which is shocking. 5.2 thousand views, I think. 5.5 thousand, and that's just amazing to me. But also, I have an insane story to tell you yesterday. I don't know if y'all saw my community post, but so when I check YouTube in the morning yesterday, I'm at like 632 subscribers, and then when I check it when I'm on the way home from school, I'm at 700 subscribers. I went up like 70 subscribers in a span of like 6 hours. That's like a record for me. And thank you all so much. That was insane. Now let's see here. Don't watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, The Next Generation, 3D, Leatherface, or 2022. That's what I've heard. I've heard the Leatherface movie is terrible. Isn't it supposed to be like his origin story? I mean, I think that could have been a really good movie. And a part of me always wants to see bad horror movies, and I probably will. But that's definitely near the bottom of my watch list, like the very, very bottom. I don't understand how you screw up the origins of Leatherface. I don't know why people hate it so much. I didn't look at any reviews or anything. 2022 has some good gore though, if you like that kind of stuff. Yes, I do. I watched the kill count, and that scene in the party bus with the influencers was pretty awesome. That was an awesome massacre scene right there. That's so. Aside from the gore, the 2022 one has nothing going for it. Is my basic understanding of it. Except I'm pretty sure it brought back the main character of the first one, just have her be killed off as like a side character or something like that. So yeah, I hate it when they bring back main characters just as side characters. Like in Scream 5, Sidney Prescott was just a side character. I mean, it's understandable because Sam was technically the new main character, but they could have given Sidney at least a little bit of a bigger role than she had just coming in for the third act, basically. I will never forget Dewey, man. I think about Dewey every day. He should have lived, man. He should have lived. New cast stuff. Oh yeah, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, I've seen some clips from it, and the acting was not by any means superb. Jason is above Amber's Ghostface for me. He at least got a cool monologue about animals' meat. Amber is just twitchy but worst. Honestly, I really do like Jason. I think he had amazing potential to be Ghostface, but the fact that they killed him off in the opening scene, which first of all I think was awesome. That was an awesome opening scene, but it didn't give us enough information about him for us to actually know him. But while he was giving the monologue about like how he killed his what was she, film professor, teacher, I got goosebumps. I mean, that was a great monologue right there. I really liked him too. I think it was cool seeing Sidney and Gale back then. Yes, it was cool seeing Sidney and Gale at the end of Scream 5, especially when they were fighting Amber. Amber had a great death, being set on fire and then shot through the head. That was a great death. But I also just wish that Sidney had a little bit more. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about Scream 5's third act by any means. I absolutely loved the third act of Scream 5. The killer reveal was just perfect. I didn't see it coming that Richard was the killer because I thought he was so obvious that he wasn't actually the killer. I thought the filmmakers were trying to juke us out. I thought it was way too obvious to be the killer, just like I did with Ethan. And that's why they both surprised me, because they were too obvious. They were so obvious I thought they weren't the killer. So yeah, so that was nice. That was a nice little pleasant surprise. I'm also going to watch It's a Wonderful Knife sometime this year. I've heard that's a pretty good Christmas horror movie. Also, I've heard about a new horror movie that came out called Election Day. It's a political slasher movie, and it's supposed to be absolutely terrible. I found the full movie on YouTube. Someone just posted the full movie on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure it might still be up. Hold on, let me check. Let me check and see if it's still up. Election Day full movie. Let me see here. Election Day horror movie. Let's see here. Let's see. Is it still up? Come on. Is it not called? Oh, Founders Day. It's called Founders Day. Okay, my bad. It's called Founders Day. Full movie. Is it still up? Yes, it is. They have the full movie up there. It's the first result. They have the full Founders Day movie. I watched a few minutes of it, and then I instantly put it down because it was just so boring and generic. And then I watched the plot summary, and then I fast forwarded to the third act, and I've got to say, even though this movie, everything that leads up to the third act, is basically not good, the twist at the end is genuinely shocking. A political slasher movie, I know, right? Half of me expected, like, Donald Trump or Joe Biden to just be slashing up people. That would honestly be hilarious. Any political movie sucks no matter what. I agree with that. Politics have no place in movies. I mean, people talk about politics and argue about it way too much. I mean, at least we'll watch movies and enjoy them. We don't need politics in there. I like Scream and Ice Cream saying, what if Scream 7 took a Wes Craven's New Nightmare approach? Oh, that would be cool. I saw a Killjoy Jake video about that, actually. He's a great Scream YouTuber as well. A New Nightmare approach would be pretty cool, bringing back all the original characters. That could be a really good approach for Scream 7, but personally, I think that would just I think a lot of people would not like that because it would essentially be rebooting Scream, sort of, or at least making a new timeline. And honestly, I just want Scream to just go forward. That's why I want Scream 7 to be centered around Sydney and Mark. I think that would make the most sense because Sam, or Melissa, sorry, and Jenna aren't returning to our knowledge at least. So yeah, I think Sydney and Mark would be the direction to go. Donald and Joe's Ghostface would be so funny. Honestly, for real, someone needs to make like an AI Donald Trump Ghostface killer reveal. That would be hilarious. I would I would genuinely watch a Scream movie if Donald Trump and Joe Biden were Ghostfaces. Though that's certainly an idea. But the real question is, would Joe Biden be able to actually kill anyone without falling asleep? Just throwing that out there. I mean, honestly. Make America scream again. Honestly, I need to make a poster for that. We need someone to make a poster for that. I might make a poster for that and post it to YouTube community page later. Make America scream again. I'm just gonna I could just get an AI to generate pictures, something like that. AI is getting way too good. Worst Ghostface of all time. I will rant about this forever. I will carry this opinion to my deathbed unless a worse Ghostface comes along somehow. For me, it's gotta be Quinn Bailey. First of all, she died so soon in the movie. I mean, so early on in the movie that I forgot she was even a character. I forgot she existed. And when she revealed herself, I was like, oh, right. She's in this movie too. Second of all, she was just like Ethan and just basically Wayne Bailey's little lapdog, just doing what he said. But, and I don't believe every actor's performance, I don't believe that just because you play a bad character means you're a bad actor. That is the worst, one of the worst opinions you can have of all time. The actress did great. She looked crazy in the third act. She was angry. This is not her fault. It's the fault of the filmmakers and scriptwriters for giving her so little time to really do anything. And also, she only has like one confirmed kill, whereas Ethan has at least two, and Wayne Bailey has like 6. So yeah, I think Wayne Bailey is incredibly underrated. Best Ghostface, obviously Stu Macher. And my most controversial Ghostface, my gosh, I can't talk. Ghostface opinion. I made a video ranking all the ghost faces, and I put Wayne Bailey in S tier. I know that's gonna make some people click unsubscribe, but let me explain. First of all, I think he belongs in A tier now. I realized that I might have been a little bit blinded there. But I think that he had really great motive. Dermot Mulroney, sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, played him really well, and I loved his whole killer reveal monologue, and he was the most brutal and ruthless Ghostface of them all. I mean, he had the shotgun bodega kill, he had the, let's see here, the therapist kill. It's believed he had the opening kill because Quinn was with her boyfriend or whatever, and Ethan was at the party, so he probably had the opening kill, and he absolutely butchered Greg in the fridge, and I honestly really enjoyed him. There was no need for 3 ghost faces. Honestly, 3 ghost faces did leave little room for any of them to be developed too far. But I do think Scream 6's third act was unique, and it was a fun third act. It definitely was not the best third act in Scream, like, by any means, but it was still fun. And it was interesting to see what 3 ghost faces looks like. And I honestly hope there aren't 3 ghost faces again. But I do have a proposition, or pitch or whatever, that there could be 2 separate sets of ghost faces, like 2 ghost faces working together and then 2 other ghost faces, and they're also fighting with each other while they're trying to kill people. I think that could be cool for Scream 7. Have you seen the Scream show? If so, what do you think of it? I have such a funny story about this. So I was on Netflix, and me and my parents, we started watching the Scream TV show. But for some reason, Netflix started us at season 3, and also this was like 1 week before it left Netflix. So we watched the whole thing, and I'm like, I could have sworn Ghostface was like the Lakeville slasher or whatever, and he had a different mask. And it turns out he did, and Netflix just started us on season 3, so we didn't have time to watch seasons 1 or 2. But I did watch season 3. I've got to say, I don't see why people hate season 3 so much, aside from the reason that it didn't continue the story of season 1 and 2. If you just look at it as a standalone season, it's not bad. I'm not going to lie, it's not bad. The ghost faces, I liked the ghost faces, because one ghost face, oh my gosh, I forget her name. I think it was like Beth, that emo girl. She had a really crazy, over-the-top motive, And then Jay, I think his name was, the main character's brother, he had a really grounded motive, and I think that meshed really well together because one of them was so obsessed with horror that they wanted to become the greatest horror villain of all time. And one of them had a really personal motive because I forget the main character's name. I watched it so long ago. Because the main character's other brother basically died, and since they're twins, his parents didn't notice, and they thought that he was his other brother, and so he essentially stole his other brother's life. And so his other brother turned into Ghostface to essentially get revenge on him. And I thought they were both great Ghostfaces. Honestly, I don't see why people don't like them as Ghostface. Especially Jay. I'm still not 100% sure if that's his name, but the main character's brother, I still think he was a good killer. Scream Season 3. Scream Season 3 was not too bad. Honestly, if Nancy had killed Mickey after Sidney and Gail, the franchise would have ended with 2 movies. Seriously. See, Ghostface never thinks logically in the 3rd act, because I'm convinced that they all rehearse their monologues before they reveal themselves. And they actually do, because in Scream 4, when Joe stabs Charlie in the heart and kills him, he said that's not the way we rehearsed it. So, bam, there you go. They do rehearse their monologues. They don't care about actually killing Sidney. They just care about putting on a big show, having a big monologue. I mean, honestly. And, in Scream 1, Billy and Stu stabbing themselves before killing Sidney was just, the stupidest decision that you could ever make. I mean, if you kill her and then stab yourselves, then they would have gotten away with it, and they would have gone on to kill even more people, but no. They just had to have the whole big monologue. And I'm not complaining, because I enjoy the monologues. The killer reveals are amazing in the Scream franchise. In my opinion, Dewey didn't need to die like that in Scream 5, or Scream 2022. He had a gun, a long-range weapon, and he was an ex-cop. He probably could have got Ghostface before going on the elevator. Honestly, yes, he could have. And I wish Dewey didn't die like that. I think it would have made more sense for him and Gail to both survive Scream 5, get back together at the end of Scream 5, and then maybe have him die in Scream 6 so that there could actually be a major character death there. But an actual logical death that makes sense, that isn't just him checking his phone and then having Ghostface lunge at him and kill him. I miss Dewey so much. I've seen so many edits of him, some YouTube edits and Instagram edits, that just make me so sad, dude. We need justice for Dewey, man. And honestly, I would love for him to return. If they do if they do the new Nightmare approach, having Dewey return would make my life worth living. We need Dewey back. Scream needs a Scooby-Doo crossover. Yes, it does. Shaggy is basically one of the Ghostfaces because he's Matthew Lillard. But also, unrelated to Scooby-Doo, some people really want to Scream and Happy Death Day crossover. And I think that could be really cool. The whole time loop and Scream and Happy Death Day, that could be a really fun movie. Dewey versus Doofy. Honestly, I'd say Doofy wins. Now, Dewey Riley, sure, he's actually good at his job as a cop. Well, maybe not in the first one, but he gets way better as he goes, and he becomes a great cop. And he can survive getting stabbed so many times. I mean, he survived getting stabbed in the back in Scream 1, getting stabbed in the back again in Scream 2. Scream 3, he was hit on the head with Roman Bridger's knife. Scream 4, he was hit multiple times by Joe with that metal pan thing. Scream 5, well, we don't talk about Scream 5. But Doofy is the only Ghostface that ever got away, and he has all these tools. He had he has the fishing hook. I honestly think Doofy might be able to beat Dewey. If anyone should have killed Dewey, it should have been Stu. I think it was Stu, and a lot of people do too. I've watched so many theory videos about this. I mean, the way Ghostface says it's an honor, sure, that could have been Amber saying it's an honor for her to kill a legacy character, because I guess that would be an honor in her sick, deluded mind. But also, I mean, I know that the way they film the Scream movies is that the actors don't actually know who Ghostface is until the 3rd act, and there are stunt doubles playing Ghostface in the actual scenes where Ghostface is up until the third act. So Ghostface, when he killed Dewey, was a lot taller than Amber, and also it just feels so much more right for Stu to kill him than some high school girl. I mean, not crapping on Amber, she was great, but I mean, I don't think she could have killed Dewey. Now, sure, he was old and wounded and limping and stuff, but I still don't think she has the physical strength to gut someone open like that. I mean, do you know how much strength it takes to do that? Well, I don't, but I watched a theory video about it, and apparently it takes a lot. It takes a lot of strength. So I do think that Stu probably killed Dewey. I hope he did, and I hope he returns in Scream 7. But realistically, it could also be terrible if he returns in Scream 7. Not because of Matthew Lillard, he'd be great, but if you have a repeat Ghostface, that's going to be a risk, because fans come to see Scream knowing that there's going to be a new killer who's going to be. So if it's just Stu in Scream 7, I don't think it's going to be good. But if it's Stu and like one or two other people or something like that, then I think it will be great. You can't just have Stu. You need to bring him and some killer we've never seen before into the movie. Oh my gosh, this hat is driving me crazy. I haven't worn it in forever. Trying not to spoil Scream MTV series season 1, like True Crime Girl, and season 2 was Kieran, I believe his name was, the guy who was basically the main character's girlfriend. He did almost get away with it, and I wish we'd found out who killed him when he was in prison, because Scream 3 basically rebooted the TV show. So, yeah, but I think that if they'd continued with the actual TV show season 3, it could have been great and even better than season 3 that we got. Honestly, I've been speculating about who that Ghostface is who killed him forever, and I just don't know. I've been scratching my head. And maybe it's because I watched like a brief overview plot summary, so I don't really know the characters that well. But I just cannot figure out who that would have been. Maybe you heard about that horror movie that came out that's supposed to be like terrible called Night Swim. I was considering seeing that, but then I checked like IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, and the score was like 10%. I might see that when it comes out on digital, but I've heard that it's just like the most boring movie ever. I mean, it's like a haunted pool. When I saw the trailer, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it looked cool. But then I read some reviews and I watched a plot summary because I didn't think I was ever gonna watch it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this might be like the most boring movie ever made. I mean, half of it is just like talking. It's like completely illogical. Sometimes I wonder what people are thinking when they make horror movies. Like, some horror movies are like just masterpieces, and then some make no sense whatsoever. And there's so many terribly rated horror movies out there that, like, I don't know how people get to make them, because so many people have to say yes to certain things for a movie to get made. And saying yes to, like, I don't know, for example, the new Texas Chainsaw, which I personally haven't seen, but I've heard is terrible. Like, why do you say yes to that? I mean, honestly. Stu is not a mastermind. I don't think he's capable for the cult theory, and is labeled dead in Scream 6. That is a good point, and I think I'm on the fence about this. I think he could be dead or he could be alive. I'm not taking sides, partially because if I take sides, one half of the Scream fandom will want to kill me. But let me address both sides of the argument. So his parents are like supposed to be super rich. I mean, cops like money, and if you bribe the right people, then they could have made Stu go into hiding, and he could have been planning his revenge all these years. But then again, I mean, being electrocuted by a TV, and not to mention having substantial blood loss from being stabbed multiple times, that's gotta kill someone. But then again, this is Scream, and, you know, Dewey survived like a million stab wounds. So, I mean, he could be alive, he might not be. Honestly, I don't know if he's alive or not. I always think there's a chance. I just would love to see Matthew Lillard back. And FNAF 2 is going to be lit, my man. I cannot wait for that. We need more William Afton. He did great as him, but he did not have enough screen time. And also, did you all catch that in the FNAF movie? when he was like standing over Mike and he said, like, "Symmetry, my friend, and my children have told me so much about your sister." He did the Stu Macher knife swipe, and he literally addressed that in the interview. I think he said the director or someone like that came up with that on the spot, and he did the Ghostface knife swipe. That was such a cool Easter egg. What if the Ghostface that killed Dewey is some kind of Bridger mastermind who organized everything from Scream 4 onwards? I hope it's a mastermind. I hope it's not Amber. I mean, there's gotta be a new mastermind, because, like, with Richie and Amber and the whole cult theory, there's gotta be someone else behind it, too. There's gotta be some other figure pulling strings in the shadows. Maybe it's, Sam and Tara's mother. I don't remember her name. I don't know if they ever actually said her name. But honestly, I really hope there is a new mastermind. But I don't know if it's gonna be Stu or not. Also, I posted the community post a few months ago when I hit 500 subscribers. It's the same thing. It was only like a month or month and a half ago that I hit 500. I mean, now I'm at 700. Dude, this is crazy. I did not expect to grow this fast. But I'm working on a new series on this channel called Scream Imagine, which is sort of like that Marvel TV show, which I absolutely love, called What If, but for Scream. And I am still writing it, don't worry. I'm almost on episode 1 out of 5 at the moment. And I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's been months, they haven't even finished episode 1. But let me tell you something. It turns out writing a script actually requires skill and is very difficult. Okay, I underestimated how difficult it will be. I thought I would be able to finish it in like 1 week. But here I am now. I'm definitely more than halfway through episode 1. I don't know how well retrieved this series I'm working on is going to be, though. So here's what I'm going to do. Whenever it's done, when I'm done editing the first episode, when I'm satisfied with it, when I think it's the best it can be, I'm going to post it. And if that does really well, or at least decently well, then I'll continue with the series. But if it doesn't do well, then I'm not going to. Because, I mean, it's so much effort to do this that if, like, no one enjoys it, then what's the point? Thinking of a plot and writing a script are very different. Yes, they are. Like, I have a plot outline. I have at least half of the script done for episode 1, I mean. And honestly, I think it's pretty good. I think the dialogue is pretty character accurate. I'm going to be voice acting like all the male characters. Unfortunately, I am going to have to resort to an AI voice for female characters. I do not support using AI in movies, but this is just a little YouTube series on my channel, and, like, it's not like it's a lot of lines. But just saying again, I do not support using AI in movies like that. I believe you need humans to make movies. Humans bring the real emotion to movies. They bring a certain thing that AI never could. I wish writing a script was easy, man. I wish it was easy. But it's just not. But I can give you a little preview of episode 1. I can tell you what episode 1 is about. It's about what if Randy Meeks survived the events of Scream 2. And let me tell you, it takes a turn. It really does. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it takes a turn. And that's all I'm going to say about it for now. Yeah, thank you, Blaze. I have 5 ideas in mind. That's why I'm doing this like a season format, like TV shows have multiple seasons. Season 1 is probably going to be 5 or 6 episodes. If that does well, then there's going to be season 2. I have a lot of ideas. Stu would also be too obvious, since a lot of people want it and are expecting it. If they're going to bring back Ghostface, I want it to be Mickey. Honestly, bring back Mickey would be cool, but also, I don't think it's physically possible for him to survive getting shot like 10 times. But then again, it is Scream. People have survived worse than that. I mean, Dewey's survived a bunch. Wasn't Mickey shot in the face? Honestly, I've been debating that too. I've rewatched that scene so many times, like on my phone. I've been zoomed in. It looks like Sydney and Gail shot him multiple times. It looks like one of them was in the face because he went back like this and fell down. But like it never looks like the bullet actually hit his face. I watched it in like 0.5 speed and I couldn't see the bullet actually hit his face. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing it. Maybe I'm just blind. Apparently I have 20/20 vision, but that's probably very debatable, honestly. And to address your thing about Stu being too obvious, I agree. I think there should be some other mastermind who we have never met before working with Stu, who's introduced in Scream 7 is just like, you know, a normal suspect, a normal character. So if there is a mastermind, I hope it's not just Stu, but also someone aside from Stu, so we can still be surprised. Because if it is Stu, I think it's going to be very obvious in the movie. Imagine if Stu and Mickey came back. Stu and Mickey, that could be cool. I honestly want Ethan Landry to return. I think it'll be really cool to see him and Stu together. I mean, they both got killed by a TV. But also, I just want to point out that if you believe Stu is alive, then, I mean, if you believe Ethan Landry survived, or wait, hold on, I'm trying to think of how to say this. Oh, my brain hurts. Okay, so like Stu, he got stabbed multiple times and he had the fully electric TV dropped on his head. Ethan got stabbed 3 times by Sam, I believe it was. They had a knife shoved down his throat, which couldn't have been too pleasant. But if he managed to survive that and then have the TV dropped on his head, let's not forget that TV was not electric when it was dropped on his head. It was multiple years old. But the Scream 6 script does say it crushed his head. But I don't think so. It made like a bonking noise when it hit his head, so it could have given him like a severe concussion, sure. But I think he could have survived that, honestly. I think Ethan could still be alive, not gonna lie. I think it's pretty logical that he could be alive. I mean, if he can survive getting stabbed in the mouth like that and major blood loss, what's a little TV to the head gonna do? Stu and Ethan, TV bros. Oh my gosh, yes. I saw this Scream meme, I think I forget who it was from, but they said imagine if Scream 7 was just Stu and Ethan running around killing people with TVs on their heads instead of ghost face masks. That would be great. And that sounds like a TV show, TV Bros. Stu and Ethan, TV Bros. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Scream TV show that's actually part of the movie universe at this point. Ethan looks like the type of killer that 14-year-old white American girls would make TikTok ads about. That's true. I've seen so many Ethan Landry edits just like on my YouTube feed, Instagram feed. There's so many edits of him. That is so accurate. It's crazy how many edits there are of him. I think like the second people saw Scream 6, they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's so hot. Make TikTok edits. Like there are just so many, huh? Let me see if I can't find some. I'm not gonna show any of them because like I don't know, maybe the creator would be mad about that. But I'm just gonna scroll through Instagram until I see one. I'll let you know when I see one. I'm still gonna be answering questions. Stu Mocker, it's on Instagram, and there's already an Ethan Landry edit in my feed. It's actually an Ethan and Quinn edit. Hold on, I'm just gonna pause it. Okay, I paused it so I don't actually show footage. But look, Ethan and Quinn edit. That's crazy. There are way too many Ethan Landry edits. They're all the same, but some of them are good. Stu Mocker versus Doofy. Anywho, to answer your question, let's see here. Doofy had more kills, I believe. Stu Mocker probably. Actually, maybe Doofy would win because Doofy actually got away. He was smarter than the other ghost faces, but then again, Stu Mocker, I think he might. No, Doofy's definitely faster because Doofy ran away from that piano. And Doofy has like the Matrix power. Oh, no, wait. He didn't have Matrix powers. Cindy had Matrix powers when she was fighting him. But Doofy does have like parody powers. Like he has the cartoon character powers, just like pull random weapons and stuff like that. So I think it'll be pretty close, but I think Doofy might win in the end. Stu is way hotter than Ethan, that is a fact. Now, I almost knocked my computer over. That would not have been good. Okay. Stay. Okay, good. Honestly, I don't know I think Ethan has better hair than Stu, but that's what he got going for him. He got better hairstyle than Stu. I also based my haircut off Ethan Landry. It's curly and stuff, but I didn't feel like doing it today because, I'm lazy, so I'm just wearing my little ghost face hat. And I have a little preview for, not next week's video, I don't know when this video is going to happen, but I currently have a Scream Lego set in development from a guy from Etsy. I paid him to make this. I'm not going to say what Lego set is because I want to wait for the video, but it's going to be really cool. He said he'd get back to me in like 2 to 3 weeks with pictures of the design that he sent me, like all the pieces and instructions. So pretty soon I could have a Lego Scream set if it works out, and that will definitely be a video. Billy has the weirdest hair of all the ghost faces. Yes, he does. It's like, it's greasy, sort of. Like, the way it looks, it just like, I don't know, it just looks weird to me. Charlie definitely has the longest hair of all the ghost faces, though, I think. I think so. It's either him or Amber. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's compare Charlie's hair to Amber's hair. Charlie, Scream 4. Okay. So here's. Okay. Here's Charlie's hair. And then. Let's see here. Amber. Not Uber. Amber. Scream. Okay. Okay, looks like Amber's hair might be a little bit longer than Charlie's, but not by a lot. So that's nice. I really want them to make Scream Lego sets. I really do too. But the thing is, Lego doesn't want to make R-rated Lego sets because they want to keep themselves. Oh, I just stopped the music. That was my bad. Sorry, I closed off the YouTube tab that I was playing the music with. What was I saying? Oh right, Scream Lego sets. Because Lego wants to keep their brand as family friendly as possible. I mean, they did make a Lego Stranger Things set, which I actually have on a shelf right over there. Let me turn my computer. Look, Lego Stranger Things set. There it is, the upside down, right there. But that's TV-14, so technically it's not rated R. I mean, I think the blood and gore in Stranger Things makes it sort of R-rated, but, you know, whatever. But I don't think they would make an R-rated Lego set. I mean, they did put Deadpool in one Lego set, though, but that was a comic set. So technically that's not from the movie. So, yeah, they don't tend to make R-rated sets, but if you ever find a Scream set on Lego Ideas, then vote for that to be made into a Lego set. That would be so cool to see, like Stu Macher's house. That's a set that I really want. That's not the set that I'm getting in the video. I'm getting something else. But that would be a set that I would want to see made into an actual Lego set. That would be awesome. It would be lit, as the kids say. Oh man, I miss live streaming. I wish I had more time to do this. I'm gonna try and live stream at least once every 2 to 3 months. There's not gonna be like a 5-month gap every time between streaming. I've just had a lot going on, you know. This is fun. 1 second, let me scroll down the chat. Scream season 3 of the Scream TV show had melting people in it. Had melting people in it? What do you mean melting people? Oh, season 3 of Stranger Things. Oh, I thought that said Scream TV show. I'm sorry. Yes, it did. Season 3 is my favorite season of Stranger Things. It's so much more bright and colorful than the other seasons, and the meat monster version of the Mind Flayer was amazing. I absolutely loved the final episode, and I also cried because I thought Hopper was dead. And I cried again because Billy died. You know, Stranger Things is one show to make you cry. They started filming season 5, and part of me can't wait for it to come out, but part of me also never wants it to come out because it's going to be the end of Stranger Things. And I don't want Stranger Things to be over, man. I mean, I'm glad that they're ending it now because some TV shows just go on and on until the fandom essentially kills it. But Scream actually has a logical ending point, and I understand that and I respect that. But a part of me just really doesn't want it to end, but I completely understand why they're ending it. I mean, there's like nothing left to do after season 5, probably. I mean, they're probably gonna take down Vecna. I'm guessing that Elle, Will, and Steve are gonna die, or at least one of them. They said they're gonna kill off a major character. I think they said that. I'm not sure, but but hopefully they do, because they haven't killed off a single major character in the show yet. I mean, all the characters from season 1 who are main characters are still alive, if I'm correct. I think so. I think they're all still alive. Where did you get that hoodie? My parents got this for me as a Christmas gift from Etsy.com. So that was very nice. It was a Scream hoodie from Etsy. If you ever need any Scream merch or any Scream products like that, go to Etsy. There is so much cool stuff on there that I want to get. And I have a bit of a spending problem. So that's nice. Oh, thank you. You love the poster. This is it's signed by the whole cast. I obviously didn't get signed by the whole cast. It's like one that someone else had signed. Excuse me, by the whole cast. Yeah, I really like it too. This isn't my permanent setup, by the way. This is just temporary for this live stream. I have lots of plans to make a way better set than this. I also have a FNAF movie poster in the box somewhere. It's like huge. Um, so that's nice. I think I might also have a Scream 6 poster. No, I don't. Do I? Maybe. No, I don't know. But I also have a Stranger Things poster that I need to hang up too. Yeah, so that's really nice. Oh my gosh, this has been a lot of fun. We still got like 10 minutes left of the live stream. I try to make these like an hour long. Have you seen the stab shirts they have? Yes, I have seen the stab shirts. The stab shirts look amazing, and I'm definitely gonna be getting a stab shirt at some point in the future because I mean I basically always I wear this like all the time. I almost never take it off. Stranger Things season 2 had the worst 11 subplot. Yes, yes, they did. Well, honestly, I think it could have been okay if it was just a side plot in one episode. But the fact that they took a whole episode to make that subplot was just so boring. I mean, we were at like the climax of the series, and then they're like, okay, let's pause this for a little bit and go to this subplot, which is going on with 11, which I don't think it was a bad subplot, but I think the fact that they made it into one whole episode is what made the subplot bad. And I also have another horror shirt in my closet. Actually, it might be in the laundry or something. Hold on. Let me see if I have it in here. Do I have it in here? No, I do not. Okay. Well, anywho, it is a Willy's Wonderland shirt. I took a picture of it. I posted it on community posts. It's the shirt that Nick Cage wore in Willy's Wonderland, which is a super fun movie, by the way. You gotta watch it. It's like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie if it was rated R, and it's really cool. The animatronics, some of them are really creepy. Most of them are just fun and goofy. It was a really great movie. Yeah. I definitely recommend it. I and Nick Cage was pretty funny in that movie, even though he had no speaking lines at all. He was the main character, and he didn't talk at all. I think the director said he was meant to represent the silent NPC in video games who never really speaks but just sort of does everything. Because it is technically, it's sort of a video game movie. It's not actually based off a video game, but it is loosely inspired by like horror video games. So that's really cool that they did that. Willy's Wonderland is so much fun, man. I absolutely recommend the heck out of that. Stranger Things season. Oh wait, I already read that one. Okay, let me scroll down on chat. Okay, that's all chats for now. Cool. Oh, I accidentally hit the confetti emoji thing. I said the confetti reaction thing. Okay, that's nice. Oh, I need to restart this music. It's about to end. The music is about to end. Okay, there we go. I fixed the music. Are there any interesting horror movies that you guys have seen that you could recommend to me lately? Because I mean, I still have like so many on my watch list. One of them that I'm gonna watch pretty soon probably is this movie called The Boy. It's like basically a demonic doll boy child something. I don't know. I heard it's supposed to be somewhat decent. Art the Clown versus Pennywise. I have not seen it. I want to see it so badly, but I have not seen it yet. That's been on my watch list forever, as well as many other horror movies. But the thing is, I don't just have like all the time in the world to watch movies. I try and watch one new movie a week, and sometimes I just want to watch a comedy movie. You know, sometimes I just want to relax with a comedy movie. But most of the time, I do choose horror movies. It's on Netflix. Well, hot diggity dog. I will make note of that. And also, speaking of demonic dummies, by the way, let me just grab this little guy right here. I got Slappy from Goosebumps. I've had this for years, but I like just found it in my in a box that I have in my closet. He's based off of the books, and his eyes glow in the dark. So like, if I ever wake up in the middle of the night or something like that, like to go to the bathroom, it just scares the crap out of me because I'm just like, whoa, who's there staring at me? Yeah, he sits on my shelf over there, and yeah, so I've had a lot of near heart attacks from seeing him just staring at me in the middle of the night. So that's been nice. He always enjoys scaring the crap out of me. It Chapter 2 is a miserable movie. Our fear about It 2 is that it's way too long. They say if it was shorter, it could have been better, more entertaining. But I've heard that it's 3 hours, and like the only 3-hour movie I could genuinely sit through and enjoy is The Batman. I absolutely loved the Batman movie, the whole emo Batman movie. That was great. But other 3 hour movies like say Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and stuff like that, I just cannot sit through to save my life. I need to get up. See, I recommend movies that are an hour and a half to like maybe 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours is and or in 2 hours and 40 minutes is like basically my limit. After that, I'm like, nope, gotta stand up. At some point, I do want to watch the 4 hours Zack Snyder's Justice League. That I'll probably watch that over a span of 2 nights because it's 4 hours long. How they defeat Pennywise in Chapter 2 is laughable. I've heard that too. Didn't they just like bully him? They just like called him names and then he was defeated. That's what I heard happened in Chapter 2. But like that's just so stupid. I mean, Pennywise is like this clown. No, he's not even a clown. He's a shapeshifter demon thing or whatever, from my understanding. And they defeat him by calling him names. That is the weirdest message in the movie ever. The message is bullying will help you defeat your demons. Bullying will make you a better person, kids. So don't forget, if you ever see a little nerd in high school, go bully him and things will be better. Seriously. So weird. That's right, they did pull out his heart. I watched his death scene in it too. And yeah, but didn't they also make fun of him? Pennywise versus a COD lobby of 12-year-olds. Call of Duty lobbies are like some of the most toxic places on the planet. I haven't played Call of Duty, but I have friends who do, and they've told me some very interesting stories from there. And apparently some not very nice things are said on Call of Duty lobbies. So, excuse me. Wow, I said burp. That was embarrassing. So, maybe just don't listen to the raging 10-year-olds on voice chat screaming slurs. Just a suggestion. Do. Let's turn this music up a little bit. Opinion on Jason X. Jason X was a fun-ish movie. I liked how stupid Jason looked when he was reborn as like this cyborg thing. I mean, it looked sort of cool, but also it just looked so campy and stupid and goofy that I loved it at the same time. Some of the kills in there were actually pretty good, but all in all, the movie was, maybe it was like a 5 out of 10 for me. It was entertaining, but not entertaining enough to be considered good. But I'm glad I watched it. I'd say it's worth the watch. It was fun. It was a fun enough movie to keep me entertained. I knew Freddie played Call of Duty. Let's just say he did not say anything pretty. I don't think anyone on Call of Duty knows any vocabulary outside of curse words and racial slurs. That's just what I've heard. Opinion on Friday the 13th Part 5. I hate it. No one's personally. The only Friday the 13th movies I've seen are Freddy vs. Jason and Jason X. I have all the Friday the 13th movies on my watch list. I just haven't gone to them yet. Like I have all these horror movies I want to see, and like there are all these random ones up here. Then there's like the Friday 13th movies, then like the It movies and stuff like that. I should probably move those up. The main movie I want to see right now is The Ring and the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I have both of those like ready to watch. But tonight I'm watching Aliens, so I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be cool. Second Alien movie. That's supposed to be really good. Skip Part 5. And it ignores so much there's no need to watch it. I've heard that some of the Friday the 13th movies are terrible, but then there's some that are really good. Like the first and second one are supposed to be really good to my knowledge. And Part 5 is supposed to be terrible. Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason are both supposed to be terrible. I liked Freddy vs. Jason. That wasn't too bad. That was pretty fun. But some of them are supposed to be just god-awful to my knowledge. So that's nice. Oh, I'm discharged. Well, I ask your final questions now because in about maybe 3 minutes or something, I'm going to end the stream. Probably hop on Minecraft with the boys. Final chapter is easily the best. It has George McFly in it. Oh, I did not know it had George McFly. It's cool. What do you think of? There's a little thing blocking it. Tommy Jarvis. I recognize that name. Hold on, let me look up who he is real quick. Give me a second. Tommy Jarvis. Oh wait, was he in? Oh, Tommy Jarvis. Okay, wait, hold on. Was he in Freddy vs. Jason or Jason X? Because, like I said, those are the only two I've seen, so I don't really know any of the other characters in the Friday 13th movies. But so if he wasn't in any of those two movies, then I don't know who he is, nor am I aware of his existence. Well, now I am, but not until this point. Oh my gosh, Slappy is just looking at me so weird. I just need to. Okay, I just need to flip him over real quick. Well, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. So, I wish you all a very good day, Screen Geeks, and I'll try and do this again like 2 months or something like that. And until next time, toodles! And let's just hit the end button. That's the edit button. No, hold on. Hold up. There we go. Okay, toodles!